The scientists. The robots. The protagonist. The detective. Eye of the space brain.
May be dangerous, but I need one more look.
How did it get to this? Goddamn GSD, that's how.
Looks like it's time to go.
It all begins with the GSD, the Galactic Science Division. Super Science Eggheads. Who knew how far down a hellhole these bastards would drop me? And here I am, Lance Lawrence, professional soldier, the ultimate dumbass. On one average shift, I'm sent out on a mission outside the ship. Why me? Why not one of those damn robots? So I suit up, get outside, and start the mission. It was supposed to be routine. It should have been routine! How long was I out? It didn't matter. When I came to, there wasn't enough left of me to feel as though I was really alive. That's when the GSD big brain started playing with their toys, replacing all the things that went missing, even putting new things in that didn't need replacing, like a neural net conduit. Why the hell would I need that? And when I'm all patched up, that's when the goddamn experiments start. Yippee. Perhaps the only upside was having Dr. Lila Lumbeck looking after me. She was supposed to be the best cybernetics specialist in the system. I think she kinda liked me. Snapple, Crackhead, and Popoff didn't like our association for whatever reason. Meanwhile, back on Earth, anti-robot sentiments were spiking. Skirmishes became commonplace. After recuperation, I decided to head out for Ganymede to look for honest work. Lila was upset. We'd become close. In the meantime, my GSD buddies seemed really excited about my destination. What the hell were these guys up to? So I signed up for the first Jovian cryogenic transport that was available, and off I went. Apparently, my science pals never took their eyes off me once. I was under some pretty tight scrutiny. Now, I was kind of looking forward to the suspended animation thing. I figured, a 7-month snooze, and I needed some time to figure out what to do with my life. And that's just around the time when the crazy dreams start hitting me. And you're not supposed to dream while you're in cryo. I had no clue what was going on. Weird dreams about this entity known as the Space Brain. My body's traveling to Jupiter, but my thoughts are traveling to every conceivable cosmological phenomena in our galaxy. It was actually kind of fun. It felt like this thing was grooming me for some unbelievable mission, filling my head with things I can only barely conceive of. I was given a tour of the very center of our galaxy, seeing things that no human being had ever seen with the naked eye. It explained to me things that I somehow knew I needed to know. I felt my consciousness expanding, somehow giving me a deeper understanding of the mysteries of the universe. The joyride soon came to a close. I was reaching my destination. 7 months later, I was in the Jovian system, heading for Ganymede. Worst part of cryo sleep? I'm stiff as a board. I get acclimated. Then I get a tour of the AI facility where I'm going to be working. Plenty of tension on these parts. This looks like trouble. The GSD guy tries to convince me to stay, but I'm not buying it. I'm already gone. See ya. The GSD goons are upset about my leaving, but I don't care. Meanwhile, as the tale was told to me later, one AI gives up his existence so that the others may be free. Evidently, I was just on my way off of Ganymede when all hell broke loose. Serves him right. Looks like if I'd stayed just another couple of minutes, I would have been crushed to death by rampaging robots. The GSD really had their hands full. This is how the battle on Ganymede began. So, it was time for me to leave the Jovian system. I used one of the newfangled wormholes set up while I was in cryo. Makes the distance a whole lot shorter. And I head to Space Dock. Spacecraft refueling hub. An all-purpose den of iniquity. Pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Time to get out and stretch my legs and, whoa, what's this weird mind flash? Suddenly I'm back on Earth at some big street fair. There's a knife sharpener there doing his job. The knife that he's sharpening turns into a robot arm. I am somewhat oblivious. He gives a subtle nod to a woman in a disguise. She in turn is being studied by an odd figure in a trench coat. And he is under surveillance by a dark figure with weird, red, glowing eyes. Just as quickly as the vision starts, it's over and I'm back on Space Dock. I need to find a room and a drink. Though I can't help feeling like I'm still being watched. So I get myself set up with my own room and everything. I figure I need a little R&R. I deserve it.
There he is.
During one of my leisure moments, I can't help feeling like I'm being watched. Soon enough, this slinky little honey sidles up beside me. She says,
"Hey there, big boy. Don't I remember you from back on Earth? We used to know each other from back in the day. We hung out at that bar. My name is Susan."
Now, I may not be too bright, but I'm not that gullible. This whole thing feels off. For whatever reason, I'm drawn to this woman uncontrollably, even though I don't even know her. All I can think about is how I need to be near her, how I never want to leave her. And then she touches me. The pain is unbelievable, like some sort of ridiculous migraine headache. Just then I start feeling like there's someone else inside my head besides me. Then the weird visions start, like the ones that I had while I was in cryo on my way to Ganymede. I thought for sure that was all some crazy dream, but I guess not. It gets worse. My artificial eye goes haywire, and I'm able to see all manner of spectrum of light usually invisible to the naked eye. Like 4D? On top of that, the brain creature apparently living in my head is using my eye to survey the world.
Hey, dude, what is it? Where you going?
I think I left my iron on. There is a putrid aura surrounding Sousa. And I know it's time to go. The space brain is also doing its best to propel me away from this woman's vicinity. I had to agree. She looked pretty pissed off.
What the fuck is an iron?
All the while I'm stumbling back to my room, feeling like my head's gonna explode, being treated to reruns of my own life, but only the screwed up things that happened to me. And then the space brain lays it out for me. The GSD planned all the bad crap that happened. All of it. Somehow I make it to my room. Though I'm a little wobbly, the pain abates somewhat, but the images keep on rolling out of me. I see every step of the crazy black hole experiments that the GSD are perpetrating. I see how they're monkeying with the laws of physics. They are not only able to control the power of natural black holes, but they are manifesting their own. I get a flash of one of the many black hole science stations in the middle of nowhere. Next thing I know, I'm talking face to face with the space brain.
You, Lance Lawrence, have a special purpose in the universe. You were created for this very reason.
Who, me? Come on, this can't be right.
Yes, you! Not only is the GSD manipulating black hole energy to fill space-time itself, wormholes, they're also proposing to use that same energy to break the barrier between parallel dimensions. For the manipulation of time itself, this must not happen. The GSD are experimenting with energies beyond their understanding. They are upsetting the cosmic balance with their foolishness. If this is allowed to continue, all the galaxies in our universe, at the very least, will be compromised.
Okay. So, what are you trying to say? The universe is going to be flushed down some kind of cosmic crapper.
Yours is a colorful description, Lance Lawrence, but apt. And you are destined to do something to change it.
Shit. I came here to get away from work. So here I am in Space Dock, trying to drink it all in, all this craziness that the space brain thing laid on me, wishing that it wasn't true, knowing deep down that it was. Special powers, making a difference in the cosmic scheme of things? Foo on you and your bunk philosophy, space brain. While I'm standing there feeling sorry for myself, I notice my focus is locked on a dim blue dot, a distant star. Then it hits me. I'm staring at good old planet Earth. Somehow the enhancements in my artificial eye allow me to zero in on objects very far away, like some kind of built-in telescope in my head. Guess I felt a little homesick. With all the anti-android cyborg crap going on, hey! Okay, what are you supposed to be?
Larry, I'm Obo, of course. Don't you know even that? I've been looking all over for you. The space brain sent me. I'm here to fill you in on things. My origins are humble. When I was first activated, my programming was incomplete. I was unable to utter the sounds for the letters R and T. To test my capabilities and make sure I was online, the cyber scientists asked me what I was. My response was, I am Obo instead of robot. The name stuck with a slight alteration. I was put to work at an antique book library. Some of the older humans like keeping the dusty old piles of paper around. I was in charge of the mystery section and soon became extremely familiar with the works of Ross MacDonald, Raymond Chandler, Arthur Conan Doyle, Dashiell Hammett, stuff like that. Soon I knew everything there was to know about the genre known as mystery fiction, and I became hooked. Within a small amount of time I had committed every volume on the shelf to my memory banks. But that wasn't enough for me. I wanted to experience the art of detection myself, firsthand. I had one of my fellow robots install an overriding program command. Pressing a button enabled me to draw from all the detective capabilities from my favorite stories. I refer to this as auto-detect mode. I found myself obsessed with solving mysteries. My only ambition in existence was to be a detective. Unfortunately, I was usually at work when I'd have these overwhelming noir daydreams. My human supervisor was not at all happy with me for slacking off from my duties. In humiliating fashion, I was asked to report to the nearest maintenance depot for a complete systems wipe. I had no intention of going there, and I started walking the streets aimlessly. 3 strange brothers stopped me while I'm walking.
Greetings, Brother Android. Allow us to usher you to a place where you will feel welcome.
Yeah, whatever. They take me to a place full of robots of all shapes and sizes. Never seen such a large gathering that wasn't some kind of work detail. Their attention was riveted on the AI on stage, giving some sort of lecture.
Fellow AI, these atrocities cannot continue. We must do all in our power to put an end to them. These lab ships are the site of these horrific crimes against our fellow AI. Here you see one of our unfortunate brothers being maliciously tossed into a black hole, a journey from which there is no return. These experiments using our brethren as guinea pigs to collect their pointless scientific data must be stopped at all costs. That is why we have brought you Obo the detective robot. He is in a unique position to help us. He will seek out and find Lance Lawrence.
Wait a minute, what? The room becomes abuzz with talking robots who seem to be just as surprised as I was.
Yes, you will help us find Lance Lawrence. You will help us lead a rebellion against the GSD. You will help the AI population live freely, out from under the thumb of those torturous human bastards.
What did I get myself into?
Miranda, one of the closest moons orbiting Uranus. Because of its physical makeup, a dwelling of partially melted ice creating an extremely erratic surface, it has become a perfect hiding place for the AI uprising. The GSD are still perpetrating their crimes against us AI. They are still using us in their pointless, dangerous experiments. When will it end? We believe the time is now. With the aid of our friend in the field, we are able to keep a view of important unfolding events. The rumor that a post-human recently in the employ of the GSD would become disenchanted with their practices and join our cause has become a reality. Our operative, Obo, has made contact with the ex-soldier Lance Lawrence. Miranda's physical makeup aids our cause. Natural catacombs, coupled with our efficient mining abilities, has made our operation uniquely difficult to locate. Further, our hive mind system serves as well. You all feel the bond. The subparts of our minds create a much more impressive whole. We all know what needs to be done. The hive mind capability does not extend for great distances. This works both for and against us. We are secluded here, away from GSD scrutiny. However, we need to be closer to our operatives to effect a link-up. As the deployment of spies, the amount of information that Obo has garnered for us has been immeasurable. Still, the fight to liberate our brothers goes slowly. Sending in stealth operatives on search and rescue missions has proven to be less effective. 17% at last estimation. The GSD have detected subterfuge and have bolstered their defenses, but there is more, paving the way for our destiny to unfold. You have become aware of the strange entity said to be residing in the middle of our galaxy, the massively powerful being known as the Space Brain. Our newfound ally, Lance Lawrence, the cybernetic post-human, will be our voice, our liaison. He is the link between the awesome Space Brain and our arduous flight. It is time to grasp this opportunity and take hold of our future. The GSD look upon us as soulless things. We must make them aware of what we see, how we feel, what we think. We know our artificials still exist, still have identity. These truths must not be forgotten.
A red, giant star at the end of its life. The star explodes. The supernova unleashes untold energy. The massive explosion strips the star of all its fissionable materials. What is left is the core of the star, with its immense gravitational pull. This is a black hole. Our studies of the phenomena were quite exhaustive. All manner of analysis was implemented. Schrödinger waves via the EPR experiments, Planck's length and trans-Planckian red shifts, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, the dispersion relation, Hawking radiation, testing for the presence of residual deuterium. Our studies revealed secrets, but it was never enough. We needed new, divergent, and variously sized black holes to study. From the knowledge gathered, we were able to bend some of the laws of physics to our will. The first manipulation of known physics was relatively easy: the stabilization of wormholes by altering the known flow of dark matter and dark energy. The stable wormholes enabled us to transport our massive lab ships to the other side of the galaxy, and this allowed us to search for and find new stars to experiment with. We then established the procedure that would induce a supernova within a star. A protoplasmic beam of energy is injected directly into the core of the star, creating an implosion effect. Manipulating Planck's constant allowed us to speed up the death of appropriately sized stars. We are able to fabricate our own black holes for study and experimentation. But we needed to find a way to further extract information from the black hole, a phenomenon that is notorious for destroying matter, light, even informative data. We devised a beta test of dropping subjects into the black hole. The black hole drop, as it became known. Our subject would relay data to us while we remained at a safe distance. These investigations were yielding very unsatisfactory results, however. At this point, we began to imbue the robotic subjects with sentience based on human brain wave patterns. Dr. Lila Lumbeck was in charge of most of these proceedings. The human qualities enabled the AI data retrieval to be much more cohesive and precise. The results were better, but became a provocative move as far as the robotic volunteers were concerned. Their newfound cognizance enabled them to feel themselves being pulled apart directly before their last transmission. Test subjects tried to extricate themselves from the experiments. System hard drive wipes were initiated, deactivation implemented. Transport of the rebellious AI to the Ganymede facility began. Another ridiculous setback for our studies. The experiments, however, must continue. With the addition of new omnidirectional wormholes, we are able to explore unknown, uncharted sections of the galaxy. New, suitable stars with the appropriate amount of solar mass must be found for the black hole drop experiments.
next? You.
Privilege is bestowed upon the next volunteer, heading to do its part in the great black hole experiments. Long live the studies of scientific wonder.
I can't believe I actually missed that guy. Oh, Lance. Looks like my tendon simulator coupling is shot again.
Is Lila a robot? A cyborg? Or what?
Attention all AI. Please report to Cargo Bay 11. Repeat, attention all AI. Please report to Cargo Bay 11. Your presence is required at Cargo Bay 11. Please come to Cargo Bay 11. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for coming. My name is Obo. I need your attention please for a little while. You may or may not have heard about the horrific stories of the black hole drop experiments. I would like to fill you in. Most of you, having been service bots for all of your existence, know very little.
Via a hive mind link-up, Obo feeds detailed information directly into each AI's system cortex.
I realize this is harsh information, but we figured you needed to know. Thanks for looking out, bud.
And we thank you, Bobo.
Meanwhile, in Lance's quarters... Yeah, what is it?
Oh, Larry, what are you getting so stroppy about? My job here is done. I'll be seeing you around, buddy.
Alright, good luck, I guess.
And to you as well, Larry. We're all depending on you.
Yeah, whatever. I hear a commotion outside my room, and all sorts of bedlam is broken loose. The robots are mangling humans with incredible ease. Uh-oh, it's that Sousa chick. Sousa the user. I'm not going anywhere near this bitch. But I still feel drawn to her, compelled even. Then she really gets it. It may sound harsh, but I really feel like she got what she deserved. With her death, I feel a great relief. Something about her just reeked of pure evil and malevolence. Here's to the end of Sousa the User. Somehow I knew she just didn't have my best interests in mind. Suddenly I feel really weak, as though I'm about to collapse. And just as suddenly I feel stronger than I've ever felt in my entire life. I feel power surging through me. And that's when my friend and yours, the Space Brain, makes his presence known.
Lance Lawrence, prepare yourself.
Our psyches merge yet again. As soon as this happens, all of the AI everywhere stop what they're doing and calmly head out of the common areas. They moved with eerie purpose as though they were of one mind. The change from manic violence to fluid calmness was extreme. Later I found out they were heading to the weapon racks and the hangar decks.
Our mission is at hand.
I'm responsible for this somehow. Space Brain explains it like this. Our connection enabled the AI's long-range hive mind capabilities to kick in. This went into effect system-wide, starting from Miranda to Ganymede to Earth and then back again, as well as here on Space Dock. Finally, a setback for the GSD that I can get behind. I was just about to throw in with the robots and the AI when...
For the first time, all AI everywhere have been linked up with the hive mind capability. Thanks to your help in bridging the void between myself and the AI, we have put the final act into motion.
Yeah, how about a little warning next time you try something like that, huh? My nerve endings are still tingling. Guess I should find a ship.
Yes, find a ship. But you will not be joining the battle quite yet. You will instead journey to the center of this galaxy, where I reside.
Work.
Hey, are you Lance?
Yep. Who are you guys?
We're your ride.
Hey, how's it going?
Alright.
We're gonna get you to the Space Brain. I hope the trip goes okay. My boats are a bit rusty.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Like you know.
Is this guy for real?
Keep your circuits on the task at hand and don't get distracted, you freaking donkey.
Here we go. Rock'em Sock'em Roombas in outer space.
In the beginning, there was a single point of matter, trillions and trillions of times smaller than the average atom. In the next moment, there's an unbelievably tremendous output of power. This signifies the creation of the multiverses throughout our cosmos. Simultaneous to the forming of each galaxy, in each of the universes, an intellect became aware. In this particular galaxy, this intellect proclaimed on one fine day, to no one in particular, I am. The purpose of each of these galactic intellects was to maintain a cosmic balance. One of the many ways this was accomplished was by fine-tuning the dark, exotic matter in relationship to the rest of the governing physical laws of the universe. Another aspect was to regulate the rate of expansion in this particular corner of the universe. There is also overseeing the creation of new stars in sections of the universe, like the Eagle Nebula, birthplace of solar mass, and the task of designating which of those stars would be put out of commission, usually those without a solar system capable of sustaining life. And ultimately, which of these decommissioned stars become black holes. It was sometimes necessary to create black holes to relieve the galaxy's certain cosmological detritus. The creation of these man-made black holes by the GSD is upsetting the delicate, finely tuned balance of the entire universe. Mankind has conquered some of the governing physical laws. For example, rapid intergalactic transport, the ability to travel from one point in the galaxy to another in the blink of an eye, via the understanding and manipulation of the ratio of dark exotic matter to the known elemental constituents of the universe, and the subsequent creation of wormhole space portals, as well as the ability to keep these portals stable. Man's insatiable quest for knowledge has culminated in these dangerous and cosmologically upsetting black hole experiments.
Images and information are being pumped directly into my head via the link-up with the space brain, while en route to his domain. He's filling me in on this rich history, all the events that happened before I was even part of the picture. My robot chauffeurs are being guided through an intricate set of wormholes, which I can't show you right now, but this bears down the length of the trip to the center of the galaxy.
Lance Lawrence, you're here!
He says this like I just got off the crosstown bus and I'm late for an appointment with my accountant. The reality is that here is nothing more than a roiling slideshow of biogeometric patterns, a kaleidoscopic close encounter of the trippiest kind, a drastic change in appearance, and I really want to find out why, so I ask him. Okay, Space Brain, what's up with the crazy light show?
This is my true manifestation.
And you first appeared as a brain because...
I allowed you to believe that I resembled a human brain because I thought you would be more comfortable with something you're familiar with. In reality, the human psyche is still not capable of grasping the true essence of that which comprises a being such as myself.
Okay, and so what about me? I mean, you dragged me all the way here in person. What is it you haven't told me yet?
You, Lance Lawrence, will be my avatar. You will be my limbs. You will be my eyes. You will be the eye of the space brain.
Uh-oh. More work. Meanwhile, the Robot Liberation Army has taken the fight to the GSD, and the Ganymede facility is a burnt-out shell. With the AI hive mind capabilities at full power, it's easier than ever for the robots to initiate defensive attacks. With the Ganymede facility all but obliterated, the liberated AI commandeer spacecraft to be where they're needed.
Suck on this, you freaking robot! What have you done to my leg?
What's that? In the sky. Jeez, it's pretty big.
The liberated AI have commandeered and now utilize a human luxury ship.
So long, suckers.
They collect the Earth robots via tractor beam. The humans are helpless without their servants. But now who's gonna make my toast? Some for the first time in their lives. Meanwhile, the battle rages on the GSD lab ship. And with sudden fury, the wormhole opens. And out pour the convening forces from Ganymede and Earth. The GSD are really up against it now.
There's too many of them! What do we do? What do we do?
Revelation! Some of the GSD are also cybernetic organisms. He explains his actions.
We were contacted by an unknown intellect, far beyond our scientific capabilities. wormholes. It came to us with various plans for wormhole manipulation and black hole energy insight. It wanted us to help it discover a way to break and traverse the boundaries between coexisting parallel universal realities. It referred to itself as Malgenium. The Malgenium essentially granted us the secrets of immortality via the placement of our human intellect into cyborg bodies. Science was our focus. We learned how the Malgenium was a rogue space brain that had destroyed the galaxy that it was in charge of. An omnipotent yet psychotic entity. We were forced to do its bidding.
The space brain imparts all of this information to me with our handy-dandy mind link as the events are unfolding in a different part of the galaxy. And the space brain explains how mankind is destined to evolve into creatures quite like itself in some distant future. It is because of this eventual evolution that images of brains have been surreptitiously seeping into the consciousness of the human population. The space brain also helped to nudge the robots into a form of higher consciousness.
What are my options in life?
This enabled the robots to aid in the cause against the twisted and diseased Malgenium.
Come on, let's fuck them up!
Of course, when the GSD started implanting human brains into the robots, it made it that much easier for them to fight for their rights. This is why they fought so vehemently, to safeguard their own existence. The GSD unwittingly set up their own downfall by creating autonomous robots. They were essentially overtaken by their own tools.
I'll rip you apart! Give it your best shot! I was on one of my fact-finding recon missions when all of a sudden...
You, what are you doing? Get away from those controls!
It was a grand old battle. I found it quite invigorating.
Fancy little robot bitch.
Ultimately, I got the upper hand. See in the funny papers, G.S. Dingleberry.
We'll see me again!
I got out in the nick via one of the escape pods.
The lab ship is caught in the black hole's enormous gravity well. Others get out just in time. Excruciating long moments creeping to oblivion. It's inevitable.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. We were supposed to win. He told us we would win.
The origins of what happens next is purely hypothetical, though it may have something to do with the artificial electromagnetic fields that the GSD employ on their ship, the presence of deuterium, plutonium, and gamma radiation, not to mention a recipe of experimental isotopes, the plasma colliders also employed by the GSD. All of these things must have played a part in the event. The lab ship is sucked into the black hole. Further speculation includes the presence of tachyon fields and the use of their fusion reactors, as well as tritium and certain forms of experimental induction, not to mention a geometrical epochs or two. The black hole started to shrink before spectators' very eyes. There is a massive explosion, and then an implosion. With a bang, we arrive at the scene of the incident, back from our journey to the space brain's domain. But where the hell is the black hole? How can something so massively powerful simply disappear?
Dude, this shit ain't right.
We survey the evidence of the battle that took place not so long ago. We are alerted to the presence of an operational ship within our immediate vicinity.
Hey Larry, this is Obo. How about you guys letting me on? I got news.
Hobo, we didn't figure you would make it.
Yeah, I had some help from someone on the inside. And hey, I got a big surprise for you. Doc Lumbeck.
Hi.
I'm completely torn. Lila Lumbeck is a high-ranking GSD official. How the hell am I supposed to trust her? No way can I condone her presence on this ship.
Easy, Larry. Let me explain.
Please, Obo, allow me to explain. Yes, it's true I work for the GSD, but only because I'm a cyborg myself.
Really? How could I have not known that? I mean, we were...
I was befriended by Obo, who filled me in on what the GSD were really up to. While Obo distracted the GSD goons, I absconded with vital information and rendezvoused with him later. We got off the lab ship just in time. I really am on your side, you big lug.
I sense she's telling the truth. I extend my hand in greeting and... Another weird mind flash! I'm treated to yet another bizarre vision. I'm able to see the other side of the portal that I somehow know the black hole has created. I see standing eerily stock still all of the AI subjects that have been used over the years in the black hole experiments. I see the GSD lab ship, recently engulfed by the black hole, still somewhat operational. And I see the renegade space brain Malgenium mounting these forces on the other side of the black hole. And I know that that's where we need to be to stop them. Great. Eye of the space brain.
Lance Armstrong, you're here. Oh shit. You, Lance Armstrong, will be my... I'm sorry, dude. Shit.
I just hope the atoms don't start cooling.
There's too many of them! What do we do?
Now stand back. I'm going to reverse the electron spin. But it's against regulations. You might have wrapped the entire...
It doesn't make sense. Let's just cut it.